What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What if I told you that consistency is what builds character? I want to give a shout out to Alexander James for giving me that soundbite, and I'm about to share with you a little update of what's been going on and why that is so key in my life right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. What is up, familia? This is Noan El Boricua, and I am your host of Pasión podcast. As we know, always immersing ourselves dentro de la cultura, always growing in our faith, y como siempre, like always, making those conexiones, which is super vital, and I think it's something that's really key in the conversation I want to have with you. So, if you're listening to us, if you're watching, I am going to have this both on YouTube and Instagram, but it's really for my familia on Instagram, just because I know many of you support me. You guys always are giving me that love, and I really appreciate it, not just for me, but for my family and my extended family, my community of people around me. And I want to talk about that community. So I talked about Alexander James. He is my hermano. He's my guy. And it was wild because I've shared this, I think, where I had this conversation with him in Israel where we sat down and broke bread. I've shared this many times. And Alexander, you already know, we were in a mall in Israel. I think we had just finished leaving the Red Sea. I almost said departed, but that wouldn't be right. And we had the opportunity to be able to just go and really understand and come back here to LA and continue these conversations. So for me, one of the things that I told you guys that I've been kind of in this whole like 20 year, right? My marriage, my time in my career and my job, and also my time of commitment and community from the faith-based context, serving here in my church. And one of the things in having our conversation, which is always super important, to have your circle of influence around you or your board of directors that are investing in your life as well as you and theirs, is one of the things that I wrote on this board is that really in order to build character, you need consistency in your life. And that was something that resonated with me, with Alexander, and I wanted to kind of share this. So before I share that, I want to give a special shout out because I had a chance to go see Metallica this past weekend at the time of this recording here in Los Angeles. I was at night 2 or day 2, and it was a blast. I had a blessed honor to, and this will tie together, to be able to take Natalie, Doris, Cassandra, 3 amazing young Latinas that are sisters, and they love Metallica, so I had a chance to take them, and we had a blast. I mean, clearly we had a blast, and man, it was crazy. I think maybe I'll do a breakdown of a video of seeing a mosh pit and what happens when it gets out of control versus, like, in my mind, what kind of a mosh pit I wish I would have had. And we were kind of playing around, in the suite that we were in. So it was a great time. Lars Ulrich, mil respetos, a true legend as a drummer. And as the band, again, 42 years. So see the theme we're talking about, kind of like investment of years in community, in the art, in the craft, in your business that you're in, that builds certain skills and certain key takeaways. So shout out to Metallica, shout out to all those rock bands that were there as well. I cannot name off the top of my head. I'm in a good high, just spiritually and emotionally for me. These past couple weekends, my church celebrated me, and I'm so grateful for all of them. I posted this on, I forgot where I posted, but I posted some photos. I might post them on my Instagram. I haven't had a chance yet, but it was great to be able to just spend time with my church family. It was great to spend time with my family. Our son was in town recently, and then it was great to spend time with friends. And some of those friends came out of some of these places of where we invest our time in community. I want to say publicly thank you to Larry, thank you to Freddie, which, by the way, if you want a real big breakdown of my 20 years of just doing like ministry, community, faith-based stuff, like I'm going to just shoot a photo in here, but you're going to have to go to YouTube because it is an hour-long conversation. But I think there's some good stuff for y'all. And even if you're not in a faith-based context, I think just from a business lens, a community lens, there might be some stuff there for you. So I hope you could check it out. I want to say thank you to Freddie. Thank you to Larry, my mentor, Dr. Larry Acosta. And I also want to say thank you to Pastor Jimmy Orellana. And it was actually Jimmy who actually invested and thought of like, yo, we need to call this guy. And he's the one inviting me to come here to this church. 20 years later, Jimmy, I'm grateful for the video that you sent me. And really my church, I'm grateful for them. They gave me this really cool plaque. I don't know if I do this, if you could, or I think I have to cover my, I don't know. But it's a lot of here going on. But I'm grateful for them. They gave me this really cool plaque, as well as this other one, which I'm kind of doing some additional touches on it, because I really love the engravement that they did on a piece of wood. But this is just recognizing the 20 years of serving our youth. So for those, depending on what you do, it could be like a youth worker, youth leader, youth pastor. But at the end of the day, I'm investing in students in the South Bay area. And I'm grateful because my church also put my wife's name and my two boys, my two young men. I'm really grateful for that. And I think this is something that's really dope. It's allowed me to really invest in the community and also invest in my family. And that was from my church. But I also have, and this was really dope, I also have this other, like, this is clear though. I don't, wow. All right. So for those that don't know, where we go here, my family, in Torrance, California, we are in a Spanish speaking church, but we saw that over the years, as we think of like intergenerational and multicultural families, our church here actually was kind of like an English speaking service. And I'm grateful because the English ministry actually presented me a cool little award. We went to go throw axes, and I will say this, you guys did surprise me. You would have to ask me in person. I never get surprised. You guys surprised me. I love you guys. And we got to throw some axes, not at each other, but towards the wood. But I'm grateful because they gave me, this is like a major hardcore, it could be used as a weapon. Not that I'm going to do that. But I just want to say thank you. Muchas gracias for all that I get a chance to do with so many amazing people. I'm grateful for our senior pastor for being the example that he is, as well as our prior pastor who retired, who's still in my life, either Alfonso Valdez. And also want to say just a special thanks to, he's no longer with us, he's in heaven, Pastor Tirado. He was a great man, a man of faith, but also a man of wanting to invest in people and love on people. So I'm grateful for him because he was all about the community. He was beyond what's considered the four walls of a church. And I think that's something that for me was very impacting. What are some of the things that I can tell you? That's kind of my update. But the thing is that we need to invest. And if you've always thought about like, man, how can I grow my character or mature in my character? I think one of the key things, and this is something that Kobe says, was shout out to all those amazing athletes that performed for the first ever Mamba Invitational, LA versus LA, that just happened. To all my peers out there, shout out to all of you for doing amazing work that you guys did to bring this to life. And also shout out to the Bryant family for really just thinking about the future of our athletes. I'm great. Dude, these past couple weeks have been so dope. So again, I said I'm not going to post as much. But something that Kobe always wanted is put in the hard work, be passionate, but you got to be consistent too. And that's something that I always see in Kobe Bryant and in a lot of the great athletes, a lot of the great entrepreneurs, a lot of the great leaders in this world. There's a consistency side of that builds his character. And I'm going to be super honest. I didn't see that. But I'm grateful for you, Alexander, and others that have given me some insight. Again, right? That out of body, kind of like looking and observing. Sometimes we need these people in our lives. So there's so many people to thank. And I'm grateful because, you know, there's some big things that we're trying to do for the community. Shout out to Have a Soul. They're constantly killing it. 60,000 shoes that have been delivered to all these amazing people around the city and around North America. And I hope that we just continue to keep plugging away. I hope you can be inspired by this. I'm a little hyped up. I'm a little amped just because this is what it's about. Do I get tired? 100%. Do I got a day job? 100%. I got a family. I got a wife. I got a lot of things going on. But I don't find time. How do I find the time? No, I make the time. Because I want to be invested in, and I also want to be able to invest in others. All right, you guys, check us out, fuelpasionpodcast.com. Muchas gracias por todo. Gracias a mi iglesia. Gracias a todos mis amigos, to all my friends. Thank you. And I hope I don't know, somebody said like another 20 million years of like investing in the church and the community. I don't know about another, well, no, it wasn't 20 years, it was 20 million years. I don't know, because I believe in passing the baton and empowering and enabling others to do amazing work. So find your passion, invest in it, enable your community, enable the people around you, enable the world. I don't know what you got going on, but I know you can do it. Just find those people that can be able to invest in you and unlock you to get to that next level. Oye, mi gente, como dice mi abuelita, que Dios te bendiga.